Alright, what is up YouTube? This is Straight Christian, and it is Sunday, and I'm making a Sunday session video. Woohoo! We're doing this! And the topic I'm going to talk about, it's not really, this one's a bit different. It's not really specifically about Christianity in a sense. It's more or less about a psychotic pastor from some church, and it's kind of weird. But before I say that, this gameplay is kind of weird. First off, I accidentally left a little screen in the bottom there that says how many kills and stuff I got. I accidentally left it up the whole time, and I apologize for that. But the host quit, and I recorded this in theater mode, so I lost the first chunk of the game. So I'm spontaneously going to get a Predator missile after one kill. Don't argue, it's still epic. I went 32-2, and my friend Captain Hoopla went like 36-1, and we just trounced everyone. It was a ton of fun. Anyway, so it's pretty cool gameplay in the background. And the topic is a bit interesting, so hopefully you'll like the video. And, okay, so this pastor from, I don't know what church, but it was this video I saw that my brother posted on Facebook, and it was this pastor who was saying that if you listen to rock and roll music, you can't be a Christian. And his arguments were like the funniest, like most random things ever, because he was saying stuff like the strong rhythms that are carried in rock and roll music are very similar to the ones that the people in Africa, years ago when we were taking slaves. It was the beats that they used in Africa to conjure like spirits and demons and stuff. So anything with a strong rhythm and strong beat cannot possibly be Christian. And to which I say, like, every song that's ever written has a rhythm and a beat. I almost said rhythm and a beat. It has a rhythm and a beat. Like if you think of like Amazing Grace, it's a hymn. Like he said, if it's not a hymn, then it's like, like satanic. It was, I don't know, he was crazy, and I'll keep saying he's crazy because he was crazy. And my argument is like, well, wait a second. If you're saying you can't have like a rhythm, Amazing Grace is a hymn, and you said hymns are okay. Amazing Grace definitely has a rhythm. I've definitely drummed for that song before. Like there is rhythm to that song and beat. And I was like, wow, that argument is terrible. And then he said, look at these bands like, Third Day, They say, they call themselves Christians, and then after their concert, one of them was quoted to say he played S-H-I fill in the blank E after the concert. He was very upset. What Christian would say that? And then he said Thousand Foot Crutch, and he took a picture of Thousand Foot Crutch. Thousand Foot Crutch is one of my favorite bands. I love them. And he was saying, look at them. What do they look like? They look like punks. If I were to see them on the side of the road, I would instantly assume that they're bad people, and I wouldn't want to affiliate myself with them. That's not what a good Christian would do. They shouldn't look that way. And I was like, okay, you're complaining about their look, and you're judging them on sight. Hello? Do you see the problem with that? Like you're a pastor who just judged people on sight. Like, that's just so not what you're supposed to do. It's ridiculous. And he just, oh man, there's so many things. I just couldn't even believe this guy. Every time I would just watch this now, it's just jaw-dropped as to how he could say this. Like, he was making these arguments that it's a sin that, these people have sinned. Like, the Third Day guy said, he played like crap, and but he said it, with the S word. And he said, that sin is just displeasing in God's eyes, and yada, yada, yada. And I was like, well, broski, if you're a pastor, you should probably know that all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. Like, there isn't a question that these guys sinned. I mean, you're sinning right now saying that. So, like, how you could think that because, this guy swore once, he could possibly, like, there's no chance that he's a Christian anymore? Like, that's insane. I mean, he just, I love music so much that I can't take it. Just the thought of not having these, like, amazing bands like Skillet, Thousand Foot Crutch, oh man, there's so many good Christian bands. Like the newest band I'm into, Memphis Mayfire. Oh my gosh, they're so good. And Wolves at the Gate. Like Wolves at the Gate is a band, and they're a perfect example because I'm into like the heavier stuff. So they like screaming, they're really rocking, guitar lines, and it's awesome, love it. Their lyrics are so good. They're just like all this, like. One of their songs is called "Oh the Depths." They just recently made a music video of it. It closes off, and in the music video, it's the coolest thing ever. They get the entire crowd of people they're playing a concert for, and they get the entire crowd to come up on stage and sing the last chorus, which is like, "Oh Father of grace and mercy, has poured out his wrath completely." It's just this awesome, it's like a praise song at the end of it. It's so good. And I can't believe I just sang in a recording. That's really weird. I hope you enjoyed it. Give me a like if you like singing. Yeah, and like it just ends with this like just most amazing freaking like worship song at the end of it. And I was like, there's no way that this pastor could ever hear that and say that that this is like horrible and satanic. I was just awestruck. Music carries so much passion, so much emotion. Like I've seen people in concerts, like we went to a Haste the Day concert, and they played a slower song, and there was people who were like arms in the air, like eyes closed. I saw people crying there. Haste the Day is a really heavy, like they're screamo band, and like their lyrics were so strong that there was people in tears at this concert, like just driven by their music. That's amazing. God wants us to use our talents. That's why He gave them to us. He gave us gifts so they can be used. And if you feel like you're called to, be in an awesome band, I mean, use your gifts, use your talents that God's given you. Go for it. And just the fact that this guy would go and put himself on the internet and say that if you listen to this type of music that you're not a Christian is just ridiculous to me, and I couldn't even believe it. It was just amazing. But yeah, this has been my Sunday session video. It's been a rant about music because I could talk about music for every moment of my life. And I really hope you enjoyed. If you liked it, stick around, subscribe, and all that stuff. Peace.